So let's talk about something huge, a question that literally everyone asks themselves at some point. What do I actually believe, and where do my beliefs even come from? Today, we're going to dig into what shapes your personal worldview, what's called your ideology.
Have you ever felt like you were just searching for something to really believe in? You might even be feeling that right now. It's that feeling of trying to figure out your place in the world, what you stand for, what really matters. And you know what? That's a totally normal feeling, especially as you're getting ready to finish high school. And yeah, that feeling? The punk band, the Ramones, absolutely nailed it with this lyric. It's this search for meaning, for a set of values to guide you when you're not even sure where to begin looking. It's a massive question, and honestly, it can feel pretty overwhelming.
So where do you start? Well, believe it or not, thinkers have been wrestling with this for centuries, and they've kind of boiled this massive search down to how you answer just a few core questions about the world.
And here they are. First up, what are people really like, deep down? Are we naturally cooperative, or are we more competitive? Second, what's society all about? Is it just a collection of individuals doing their own thing, or is it one big, connected community? And finally, what's our role in all of this? How you answer these questions, well, those are the building blocks for what you believe.
And there's actually a word for that whole system of thought. It's called an ideology. The best way to think of it is like a personal map or maybe a framework that you use to make sense of everything. It helps you figure out how society works, how we should all live together, and what the future should look like.
Okay, let's get into the two big ideas at the heart of pretty much every ideology out there: individualism and collectivism. You can think of them as two totally different ways of answering those big questions we just talked about.
So on one side, you've got collectivism. The main idea here is that the group, whether it's your community or the whole society, is more important than any single person. It's all about us together. And then on the other side, you have individualism, which really focuses on the rights, freedoms, and goals of each person. The focus is on me and you as unique, separate people.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. Just look at how these two different starting points lead to completely different values. So with collectivism, the focus is all on cooperation, on sharing resources, all for the good of the whole group. But then you flip over to the individualist side, and the belief there is that competition is what really pushes people to be great, and that protecting individual rights and private property is the most important thing a society can do.
But here's the thing, and this is super important. This is not some black or white choice. You don't have to pick a team. In the real world, it's way more personal and complicated than that.
Right. It's not like a light switch that's just on or off. It's much more like a spectrum. Almost nobody and no society is 100% collectivist or 100% individualist. Most of us land somewhere along this line, mixing and matching ideas from both sides.
So just for a second, think about it. Based on what you value, maybe you really believe in teamwork, but you also think personal achievement is super important. Where would you put your X on this spectrum? And of course, there's no right or wrong answer here.
The truth is, most of us live right here, in this gray area. You might lean more collectivist when it comes to the economy, thinking wealth should be shared, but you might be more of an individualist on social issues, like protecting personal freedom, and that's totally normal. This is where most of the real debate actually happens.
So that spot you just pictured for yourself on the spectrum, it didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's been built piece by all kinds of influences your entire life.
Seriously, the best way to picture this is like a puzzle. Every piece is a different part of your life or your experience that has shaped what you believe. And when you put all those pieces together, they make up this unique picture of who you are and what you stand for.
So what are these puzzle pieces? Well, we're talking about things like your family and your culture, your gender, the media you consume, the language you speak, any spiritual beliefs you might have, and even the environment you grew up in. They all fit together. Let's look at a couple of quick examples.
Let's start with culture. The artist William Kurelik, for instance, his paintings were so deeply influenced by his Ukrainian heritage and his life on the Canadian prairies. You can literally see the values of hard work and community, things passed down through his family, right there in his art. So yeah, our culture, that's a massive piece of the puzzle.
Gender is another huge one. Just look at the difference here. On the left, we've got an image that reflects a pretty common view of a woman's role back in the 1950s. On the right, a much more modern photo of dads as primary caregivers. The way society's ideas about gender have changed over time has a huge impact on our own identities and what we believe is possible for ourselves.
And of course, we've got to talk about media. This famous, or maybe infamous, ad campaign for Camel cigarettes used this cartoon character that was super popular in the 90s. It was so good at appealing to young people that it ended up getting banned. It's just a crazy, powerful reminder of how media, especially advertising, can shape our choices, our values, and what we believe.
Okay, I know that was a lot, so let's do a quick recap of the main ideas, the big takeaways you need to remember.
All right, if you remember nothing else, remember these 4 things. 1. An ideology is just your personal framework for understanding the world. 2. Collectivism, or group first, and individualism, self first, are 2 of the core competing ways of seeing things. 3. Almost no one is all one or the other. We all live on a spectrum in that gray area. And 4. Your spot on that spectrum is built from a unique puzzle of influences, from your culture to the media you see every day.
And just to make sure you've got it, here are 2 final questions. First, in your own words, what's the biggest difference between individualism and collectivism? And second, can you name 2 of those puzzle pieces that help shape a person's ideology? Take a second to think them over. It's honestly the best way to make this stuff stick. Thanks for tuning in.